Welcome back to Dan's Messy Garage. This is going to be day 6 of the 289 into a 73 Comet. So today I'm going to be doing a couple things. I'm going to take the carburetor off and take it apart because the floats were too high. I already adjusted the secondary float down, but I tried to adjust the primary float down and it still kept overflowing. So I got to take that apart and see what's going on in there. I'm going to put a carburetor spacer on there, and I'm going to try to see what I can do about putting a heater hose fitting in. This heater hose fitting and this bushing here go in that hole, but the distributor might be in the way. It's definitely in the way right now, but I could take and move the distributor over one tooth, get this to miss that part. But I still don't know if I'm going to be able to have room to get that in there. So that's going to be one of the other things I do today. Okay, it looks like that will just barely clear. So I just have to move the rotor over so I can put the distributor in like that. That's going to limit the amount of advance we can get on it. Let me push the clip down where it belongs and see. Yeah. So that's full retard and full advance in that area. So if we can get the distributor to somewhere in there, that would give us that much advance. So right there is about it. Okay, let me work on that, because this is just threaded in there by hand. I'm going to put some dope on there and screw that thing down. Looks like the distributor will turn. I just have to work out the timing. Gonna see what's wrong with this carburetor. I'm gonna take the needle out first. That seems perfectly fine. But I remember the adjusting this down, which should lower the float, didn't stop it from pouring through. So I'm going to pull the bowl off and take a peek in there. See, one thing that could cause that would be a float that is full of fuel. It's a brass float. A smart thing would be to take that out of there and shake it, see if there's gas in it. Let me get that out. Float's held in with a little tiny E-clip on a pin, and there's a spring in here. Try to compress the spring and slide the float off the pin. I don't hear or feel any gas in it. So that's good. Put it back in. Then I'm going to put it in the right way, don't I? Alright, springs in right. I'm going to put the needle back in the assembly and check things out. I'm going to turn it upside down. Turn the needle in. That should raise that float. In this case, because it's upside down. It is. But see, it stops right there. That was the issue I was having when it was on the car. That would go so far and stop. That sure seems like it's okay though. But what I'm going to do is bend that little tab in there to give me some more adjustment up here, and that should take care of this problem. Yeah, I bent that tab that the needle contacts, and now you can see it's raising that float a lot more. Let me drop her back down. That looks about right. Put it back together. I noticed water vapor coming out of the breathers when we were running it. I'm curious if there's water getting into the oil. I pulled the dipstick. It doesn't have a milkshake, but it is high. I'm going to pull the drain plug out, and if there's no water in there, it'll just be oil. If there is water, it's either going to be water coming out first or a milkshake. So I'm going to pull it, take a peek. Better safe than sorry. Drain plug's not even out, and there's water coming out. Yeah, there's water in your oil. Since there's some water in the oil, I'm going to pull off the intake and see if there is an issue with the gasket. I didn't see anything really obvious pulling the intake. The gasket looks intact. It was RTV'd everywhere. I don't see any obvious leaks. I do see some water down in the valley here where the lifters are. So I'm going to pull the heads off and see if there's a issue with the head gasket. At this point, I'm just looking for something obvious. Trying to rule out possibility of something worse, like a crack in the block. So I'm going to time lapse you guys, pull this apart. I didn't see any problems on the passenger side. I'm going to pull the driver's side head off here. See if I can see something obvious. These little buggers are heavy. Okay, I'm looking at the head. No obvious areas of leaking. This all looks okay too. It's nice to see that the gaskets are put on correctly, because you can put the gaskets on backwards per se, and the issue there would be it would overheat a lot, because these two openings need to be in the back. They're blocked off in the front. I'm not seeing a problem. I'm going to have to do some closer inspecting on this. Everything looks fine in the block. I'm going to check the heads out next, because sometimes you can get a crack in a head where the water passages are to get water in the oil. But I don't see that either. What I'm going to do though, I got my super scraper. I'll scrape off all the remnants of the gaskets, put a straight edge on here, make sure the heads aren't warped, and I can do the same thing on the block. Make sure that surface isn't warped. I checked stuff with a straight edge, the block and the heads. They're not warped. Can't find any cracks. Cam was just broke in, so here's something that you won't get to see very often. Flat tappet cam broke in, and you want to know if it broke in right or not. So you pull lifters out and look at the bottoms of them. They should all have like a circular pattern that would indicate they were spinning in the block, which you're supposed to. And there shouldn't be any gouges or cupped areas of them. I already checked that side. They're perfect. They should all look like this. So far they do. Last one coming out. Okay, I can say that this was a successful flat tappet cam break-in. So that's all good news. More good news. Whoever did the block took some time to chamfer out these drain back holes. They rounded them off, took all the burrs out of them. Nice job, whoever did that. Alright, so I guess I can just put it back together now. It's not finding anything wrong. I'm going to guess it was from the intake, because the gasket on the intake was kind of shifted a little bit. Even though I couldn't see something super obvious, that's the most likely spot. So I'm going to push on and get this back together. I checked my gasket stash. I don't have head gaskets that'll work. I have head gaskets, but they're too thick, and that would lower the compression. So I ordered some head gaskets from O'Reilly. And there's a possibility they're going to be there today, but, you know, can't count on that. So I'm at a stopping point. The stopping point means it's going to be the end of day 6, putting a 289 in a 73 Comet. Please stay tuned to my channel for future updates and videos. Bye.